When a government that spent last winter taking money away from pensioners suddenly turns around and starts handing three separate payments back this July, you're right to be a little suspicious. So let me tell you straight away, yes, the payments are real, all three of them. There's no catch in the sense of a trick, but there is something they are not telling you, and it's this. Two of these three payments, they are quietly counting on you not to claim, because they don't arrive on their own. Nobody rings you, nobody writes to you, and every year, millions of pounds that pensioners are fully entitled to simply goes unclaimed and stays exactly where it is. That's not a conspiracy. It's just how the system is built, and once you understand it, you can beat it. So here's what I'm going to show you in the next few minutes. The first payment that lands automatically, and the one detail about it that trips people up. The second, that most pensioners never see, purely because nobody tells them to ask. And the third, the newest of the lot, brought in this year, and the one they're being quietest about, even though it could be worth the most of all. Miss any one of them, and you leave money on the table that was always yours. I'm Edward. Every day I read through the UK's benefit and pension rules and explain them in plain English, checked against gov.uk, so the system can't quietly count on your silence. Let's start with the first. The first one is the big one, and it's the one you've probably heard shouting from the headlines. The winter fuel payment is back. If you're over state pension age and your income is £35,000 a year or less, you'll get up to £300 this year towards your heating. It's £200 for most households, and £300 where someone is aged 80 or over. It lands straight in your account, usually November or December, tax-free, and for most of you it's automatic, nothing to fill in. Sounds simple. But here's the part the headlines skate right over, the £35,000 figure. That's based on your own taxable income, not your household's, and not your savings. It doesn't matter what's in the bank or whether you own your home. Just your taxable income, state pension, private pension, any earnings. Under £35,000, you keep every penny. And here's the bit almost nobody explains properly. It's a cliff edge, and it's per person. So a couple with £30,000 each, that's £60,000 between them, keeps the full amount. But a single pound over on one person's income, and that person's share gets quietly clawed back through the tax system later in the year. And now, the thing they really don't put in the headlines. Because this payment is back in the news, the scammers are out in force. So hear me clearly. No one official will ever text, email, or ring you to claim your winter fuel payment, or ask for your bank details to send it. The real payment is automatic. If a message asks you to click a link or hand over details, that's a criminal, and you delete it. The genuine money reaches you without you lifting a finger. That's exactly how you tell the real from the fake. So that's the automatic one, with its one catch. But the next two, these are the ones they're really relying on you to miss. Because unlike the winter fuel payment, these don't come to you at all. You have to reach out and take them. The second payment is £150, straight off your electricity bill. It's called the warm home discount. And here's exactly what they're not telling you about it. It is not always automatic. If you're on the guarantee part of pension credit, yes, it comes to you. But a great many pensioners qualify simply by being on a low income with higher energy costs, even without pension credit at all. And for them, it does not just appear. You have to make sure your energy supplier knows. So this is the moment I want you to actually do something. Pick up the phone to your energy supplier or check your online account and ask one plain question. Am I getting the warm home discount? And if not, do I qualify? That single sentence could be £150 back in your pocket this winter. Nobody at the supplier is going to phone you to offer it. And while you've got the phone in your hand, there's a second one sitting right beside it that's even more underclaimed. A reduction in your council tax. If you're on pension credit, this can be huge. In some cases, it wipes the bill out entirely. And even if you're not, many councils will still reduce it for a pensioner on a modest income. But same story, they will not chase you. You ask them. So make it one call, two questions. The warm home discount with your energy supplier and a council tax reduction with your local council. And ask both whether it can be backdated, because it often can, which means a lump sum coming back to you on top. The worst they can say is no. And if all of this feels like a lot to keep track of, I've put every figure and every phone number in one free plain English guide. The link's below this video, and it's completely free. Now, if you found this useful so far, do tap subscribe, because this third and final payment is the newest of the three. It's the one they've said the least about, and it may quietly be worth the most of all. The third is brand new for this year, and this is the one where what they're not telling you really matters, because they've given it a dull, forgettable name precisely so it slips past you. This year, the government is bringing housing support into pension credit for new claimants, something called the pension credit housing element. In plain English, pension credit is being widened, and I know the second I say pension credit, some of you switch off, because you've been told before that you earn too much, or you got turned down years ago. Stay with me, because this is the door I want you to look at again. Here's why it matters far more than its boring name suggests. Every time the rules around pension credit widen, more people who were just outside it get pulled inside. And pension credit isn't just a payment, it's the master key. The moment you qualify for even a single pound of it, a whole row of other doors opens behind it. Your council tax can drop, sometimes to nothing. You get help with NHS costs. You qualify for that warm home discount I just mentioned. And at 75, your TV license becomes free. On average, pension credit is worth around £4,300 a year, and roughly 800,000 pensioners who could claim it don't. And here's the fact I really want you to hear, because it's the one that catches careful, proud people. So many tell me, with total certainty, that they checked once, years ago, were a few pounds over, and never looked again. But the rules are not frozen in time. They shift. They widen. A household that didn't qualify 3 years ago can qualify today, with nothing in their own life having changed. So if you were ever turned down, or you never applied because you assumed there was no point, this is the year to check again. Use the free calculator on gov.uk, or let the kind people at Age UK or Citizens Advice work it out for you, for nothing. It costs you nothing to find out, and it could be worth thousands. So let me answer the question sitting underneath this whole video. Why don't they just tell you? Around 1 in 3 pensioners in this country don't claim everything they're owed. Not because they're not entitled, but because nobody told them, or they assume they earn too much, or a bit of pride got in the way of putting their hand up. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The system is under no real obligation to chase you. The money you don't claim simply stays where it is. So let me say this plainly. There is no shame in claiming a single penny of this. You paid into this system your entire working life. It isn't a handout, and it isn't charity. It's your own money coming back to you. And the only people who benefit when you stay silent are the ones holding on to it. Now put the three together, because side by side, the size of it lands. Up to £300 from the winter fuel payment, automatic. But watch that £35,000 line. £150 off your electricity from the warm home discount, plus potentially hundreds more off your council tax, but only if you ask. And a widened pension credit that for the right household opens the door to thousands of pounds a year and help behind it. So quickly, where you stand. 1. The winter fuel payment is back, up to £300 for most pensioners on £35,000 or less, and for most of you, it's automatic. 2. The warm home discount is £150 off your electricity, and a council tax reduction can take hundreds more off, but both need one phone call. And 3. Pension credit has widened this year, so if you ever assumed it wasn't for you, this is the year to check again, because it's the key that unlocks everything else. None of this is really about the government being generous. It's about a handful of quiet steps that keep money where it belongs, in your pocket, not theirs. And that's a thing you can sort this week. So do one thing for me. If you've got a partner, a son or daughter, a neighbor, anyone over 60 you care about, send them this video. There'll be someone in their life sitting on money that's rightfully theirs with no idea it's waiting. One message from you could put a few £100s back where it belongs. And because I mentioned those scam messages, they're targeting pensioners every single day right now, and they're getting cleverer. I've made a video showing exactly how to spot a fake DWP or bank message in seconds, and it's on the screen for you now. Watch that one next before anyone tries it on you. I'm Edward. Everything here is general information, checked against gov.uk to help you keep more of what you've earned. It's not personal financial advice, so always confirm your own situation with the official line. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.